This truly is my happy place. I just instantly feel so much better once I'm in here with all you guys. Like, this was my happy place before I started hanging out with all of you, but all of you being here just really brings it all home. So, hope you guys are all doing well out there. I'm meh. Got 90% meh days and 10% meh days. I'm sure you guys all feel kind of the same, but I'm just trying to do my best, keep the good vibes up, keep us all moving. So with that being said, check these out. Some of my swatches came. I know a lot of you guys wanted to see us do some stuff with some, different tones of hair. I've been using blonde hair swatches, but I thought these were a very beautiful. Now in the light here, to me, they look like a straight up low level black. It's black to me. It's a really, really dark, natural color that I wanted to mess with today. I do have some other shades of ones, but right now I just want to focus on these because I'm actually going to be doing 4 across the board today. So I got enough work cut out for me, and you guys know me and my brain, I like to try to focus. I can't add too many things. But today what I really wanted to do is I'm going to use my BLONDME Bond Enforcing Premium 9 Lift Powder that I use on my hair. I really love it, which you guys, I ordered it today when we do my roots. I'm using one of their newer formulas. I don't want to tell you guys which one yet because it's like, I'm really excited. And there's a reason why I picked what I did. I did some research on it. So I'm really excited, but today this is what I normally always use on my hair. And so that's their 9 levels of lift. And this is awesome. It's my OG, my go-to. Let me know if you guys have used it. So with that being said, with that same line from Schwarzkopf, the BLONDME line, I have their 6% 20 volume and their 2% 7 volume. I always have trouble and call this 10, but it's 7 volume. And I'm going to compare these side by side lifting on the black hair for more than one reason. One, I want to show, like, so far, we've been getting this almost the same results with their 7 volume as we are with their 20. So I'm also, when I bleach my roots, I'm going to also do the 7 volume instead of the 20. The 20 works great for me. But, I'm really trying to give my hair a break. And which, by the way, my hair looks kind of like off to you guys. I've got hair oil in it and stuff. Yeah, it's not looking the best. So it might look a little kind of greasy, whatever. Moving on from that. I'm really trying to take care of my hair. We did put bleach on my whole head last month. And I'm just trying to move on from that and give it a break. So roots and maybe some color removers this month. But I am getting so off topic. Go figure. So I wanted to compare those because we're getting about the same results, right? I also want to compare on how this bleach and this developer works on hair darker than mine, because I do have dark hair, as you guys can see, but it's more of like a brown, and I really want to go dark because another fun thing I want to see when we're lifting these all next to each other, I wanted to show you guys kind of the process of the levels of lift, because it's just fun to see. You go in with the darker hair. There's more levels of color that you have to get through. Actually, I'll just put it up right here. See? So there's like level 10 is going to be your lightest, palest blonde. And then like level 1 is going to be like your darkest, blackest hair. And this is like natural hair, You start throwing like box dyes and all these other colors and all this other stuff in your hair. It's more stuff for the bleach to work through. But, so yeah, you get it, right? We're going to watch these levels and color go up on these, hopefully. So it's just a fun day. I just want to mess around. I just want to bleach something. I want to stay away from my hair. I want to be doing nice, pleasant things to my hair right now and mean things to this for fun. So I hope you guys are excited because I am. I know I just need a break, man. I just want to do something fun. My gosh, though, I am seriously like on day 3 of trying to just fix my stomach. Like, a lot of you guys know I have health problems, and I keep telling myself that I can eat normal food like the rest of everybody, and then I don't, and then I end up here. Not a good place to be. Don't really need to get into details. This is about having fun. I'm going to use 4, and what we're going to do today is we're going to do developer versus developer, and I'm going to keep the camera. I'm actually going to sit here. I have a little reorganizing to do in here. So I'm actually going to sit here and kind of do that and just really keep an eye on these with you guys so we can really see like the colors lifting. You guys probably know because I posted a community page, but I have a wig coming for, I really want to do like the vivid color technique on it that I've always wanted to do and that I can't do on myself. For now, I'll just work with what we got. We got plenty of stuff to do, right? So I'm actually going to mix these two at the same time. I have a lot of bleaching videos and they're accumulating every month. on me bleaching my hair. I do different stuff for my roots and everything. So if you guys want like more detailed bleach videos, I'll link some down below in the description. So I'm going to mix these up and then I'm going to meet you guys down here. Make sure you ventilate, gloves, you know, that whole spiel. I say this stuff all the time. But just in case it's any of your guys' first time here, then I probably don't sound like a broken record. Might be your first time hearing it. Which, by the way, if it is, I hope you subscribe and hang out with the rest of us. Keep it chill, positive vibes. That's probably obvious. I use this metal tipped one because I don't use it on my hair anymore. Because Hair Buddha pointed out to me that I should not irritate the scalp or like, you know. So I've just dedicated this to my swatches. I'm learning things. Okay, I'll just use these. Whatever. I'm overthinking it. I can't use this on both bleaches, obviously. I'm just going to do like my ratio. It's going to be 1 part bleach. Like I said, if any of this you want more details on, go check out one of my bleaching videos. But I'm just going to do 1 scoop in each bowl. That's going to be my 1 part bleach. Then I'm going to go in and mix it like 1 to 2. Sometimes with my roots, I do 1.5 so that it doesn't, you know, go down so much or just make the consistency that way. But I'm just going to go with straight 1 2 on here because that's what I'd probably do if I was doing the rest of my head. The 7 volume, like I said, so I put 1 part of bleach, so I'm going to fill this twice. And that's going to be my 1 to 2 ratio. And be careful with these. I love these. They have like this little cap, squeeze cap, but if you press too hard, I've had it explode on me. And Hair Buddha caught me one time. I left that off when I was doing my hair. Don't do that. This is great. I'm using my eyeliner to mark my bowl of which one's 7 volume. I have cognitive issues. I have like an issue in my central nervous system or something. But it's just been getting so bad lately. Like yesterday I was trying to paint my nails and I literally kept forgetting that they were painted after just a second. It's been crazy. So I'm making sure I label everything. And yes, I am cleaning this before I use it again. So now I'm going to go in with the 20 volume. All right. Actually, even with that 1 to 2 ratio, this is still very thick. Very thick. Every bleach is different, so make sure you read their directions. But this one, you know, its development is 20 to 45 minutes, and they don't want you to use artificial heat with it. And it says do not shampoo before use. 1 to 1.5 to 1 to 2.5. I've already mixed it at a 1 to 2. So if anything, I could add just a little bit more. And I'm going to use my smaller brush, actually, to mix the other one up. I do really like using the whisks. This feels like it really mixes it together. And, like, for me, like, my hands are just, I have a hard time. And so the whisk makes that easier. And, like, the other one doesn't have any clumps. And this one I have, like, a little bit of clumps I got to work through. This is so interesting that the 20 volume, actually, the developer seemed a little bit more liquidy when it came out, too. It wasn't as thick. Actually didn't notice that before. I don't know if that's just the temperature thing in my bathroom right now, because this is actually a really nice, perfect, kind of smooth. If this was my roots, I would say this might be too runny for me, though. But still really nice if you're doing like maybe the rest of your hair. And this one is just came out, the 7 volume came out a lot thicker, which would be nice for my roots too. Or which would be nice for my roots. Which is probably good, because that's what I'm going to be using on my roots, is the 7 volume. Alright, those are mixed. We only have so much time after we do that, so I'm going to meet you guys down here. Get this going, shall we? Thanks for being here, by the way. Here's our 20 volume. This bleach is lovely, so I'm excited to see. I've used it so much on my hair, and also with, you know, with my Vivids and everything. But I have actually been really looking forward to this, now that I can't do anyone else's hair anymore. About these swatches, though, I just look at them and I'm like, you know, I'm so used to hearing, you know, from the person, oh, like, what'd you do to your hair, yada, yada. These swatches just come in like a big mystery, like, who are you? Where have you been? What kind of life has this hair lived, man? I don't know. It is very warm. Like, we have the AC on, but it's still warm. Like, I can feel my face getting warm in here and everything. That also can affect your bleach. Oh, see, look at that. That's why you really want to make sure you're saturating. It didn't go all the way through on this side, even though I really coated it on. I keep meaning to buy an egg timer instead of trying to do this, like, use cell phone timers, honestly, or just guess. I'm saying this now so that I can hopefully remember to go and get one off Amazon or something. Maybe 2 cheap ones. All right, so I'm going to quick cover these up. I'm going to throw stuff on the other ones. I really want these to all go at the same time. This is with the 7 volume. It's all the 9 lift. Even this bleach is kind of already starting to swell just from the heat in here. See, it didn't go all the way through. Saturate, saturate. Really got to get in there. Slow down. Jeez, I mean, I don't think I need to be that mean to these, right? What'd they do to me? I am so insanely excited to use the bleach that I got from them. It's all I can think about, obviously. I do still have a tiny bit of bleach left. Okay, so we're at 5 minutes. I'm going to show you guys the results, and then we'll keep an eye. Just remember, if you're at home and you're watching this and you're trying to go from black, it's, well, we're going to see here, but it's usually going to take more than one process, especially if you're trying to your whole head, not just your roots. To each their own, everyone's going to do what they're going to do, but just know that if you want your hair to, you know, be healthy, you're going to want to space that out over this. Oh, there's my alarm for 5 minutes. But yeah, just make sure if you are, like, you know that it's probably not going to be all in one process. You might need to go in. You might need to go in again. Let's restart it for another 5 minutes. So let's check out the results here. At 5 minutes. And here is the 7 volume. And yeah, I'm actually going to go in with more bleach right now and just add it to all 4 of them. Well, I had the timer going for the second 5 minutes. I just got done putting the next round of bleach and really saturating them with what I had left. I set the timer again. I've just been resetting it. Actually, now it's been in 15 minutes total. And at the first 5 minutes, I put the rest of the bleach I had left over on to really saturate it, because I think you guys could tell it just wasn't as saturated as we wanted it to be. So here we are at 15 minutes, and the timer is set for another 5 while we're talking. So it'll be 20 minutes when I see you. So let's check out what we got so far. And it's too bad this foil just peeled some of that bleach off of there. So you would want to reapply or push that down, which I'm probably going to have to use a brush and recoat that, and I pull the foil off. But here's our 20 volume. It's getting pretty light already. I think the fumes must be getting to me. Why wouldn't I open them up next to each other? So yeah, so there's the 7 next to the 20. So far, so good. They've come quite a long way already. I was watching one of Hair Buddha's. I can't remember which one. I remember him mentioning that the bleach is going to lift the most in like the first 30 minutes. So I think sometimes if they know that they're going to do another process, that they'll just rinse it out at 30 minutes and then just reapply fresh bleach so it can get the most lifts with the least amount of damage, right? Kind of sitting here deciding, maybe we'll see at 30 minutes. Maybe I'll rinse 2 out, process those 2, and just kind of see that versus the full 40 minutes. Who knows? Let's see how it goes. Actually, it says we only have 2 minutes till 20 minutes, and we just looked at them, so I don't want to keep opening them too much and messing with the temperature. So I'll just see you guys, let's say either 25 minutes or 30 minutes. We'll see. Poor guy's like barely hanging in there. I had to put my hair up. It was way too warm. Okay, so we're at 30 minutes, and I've decided 2 of these I'm actually going to rinse out because it's been 30 minutes. And then, oh, the other ones are still processing. I'm going to do these with their own, a second process after they're all ready to go again. So let me just hurry up and show you guys and rinse these out because we are in a time frame, and I'll get back into that in a second. This is our 20 volume, and this is our 7 volume. They've gotten quite a bit lighter. Not too shabby for 30 minutes from as dark as those were. I still have a timer going for the other 2. I'm just doing 5 minutes at a time there. So those will be at 35 minutes shortly. Okay, so we're here at the 45-minute mark. I dried and washed the other 2. I washed them with the AWAPUHI shampoo that I just reviewed. If you guys want to check it out, or it's the Sally's generic version of the Paul Mitchell AWAPUHI shampoo. If you're going to be going in with a double process, and either way, you got to use shampoo. So I use that shampoo as just a little more moisturizing or whatever. Even double checking. Basically, if you're watching this, bleach will stop processing if it dries out. So these are fully saturated. They're still wet. That's why you want to use like a cap or something. Like, just try to, and even if you're in the air, just try to keep it moisturized. Because once it starts to like dry, then it's not going to work anymore or as well or whatever. It's going to like, you get it. And then also, like, it actually even said, even Google, I don't know why I did that. I searched it on Google. But it says, like, most times, yeah, you'd want to rinse it out at 30 minutes because it's just going to cause more damage to your hair after that. But it does say that bleach stops processing altogether at around 45 minutes, which is how long they said you can leave this in per their manufacturer's instructions. And we're at the exact 45 minutes now. So judging by all that, actually by the time I get this into the tub and these are rinsed out, it'll probably be go from 45 minutes to almost 50. So basically they're not going to keep processing after that. It's just damaging. And we did do them the full amount of time. The other two, we took them out at the 30 minutes. So let's see what we got for the 720. I'll rinse those out, dry those, compare. And then I'll go in for our round 2 with the other two since they've only processed for 30 minutes and see the difference at the end. I don't know about you guys, but like I'm honestly enjoying this. It's been very relaxing, believe it or not. So let's check it out. The unveiling. A lot of bleach flapping around. So this is our 7 volume. And this is our 20. It looks pretty good on here. Those few hairs that didn't lighten at all, remember these are hair swatches. They're probably not, you know, real hair. Maybe they're like synthetic, got snuck in there. Because that's happened on some of my other ones I've bleached. They just never lightened. So don't worry about that. That has nothing to do with the bleach or anything. So there's those. Let's rinse them out and compare. We'll compare this to the original swatch as well. So yeah, basically, if these were on your hair right now, oh wow, they look so much lighter from here than they did down that way, don't they? Here, I'm going to hold these up next to the little color thing next to us. So here's these kind of on there. I can't say I've ever had the opportunity to lift like natural hair this dark. I think one time a lady came in to beauty school on her wedding day and wanted like red highlights, and I believe I did it then, and she had extremely dark hair, which I nailed it, by the way, guys. Everyone was scared to do it, and I nailed it, and she was so happy, even though it was kind of scary. If these are on your hair right now, and you wanted to leave it in, and it's been this 45, almost 50 minutes now, they're not going to keep processing, just so you know. You're just doing damage at this point. But hey, this isn't too shabby. So here's our results. Here's our 2 beauties that we left in for only 30 minutes. And that's why I'm also going to bring them outside, because all the lighting is going to be different. I'm like down in different lighting. I feel like when I hold them up to my hair, it just kind of gives me at least a better idea of the color or whatever. It's just easier for me. It says the lighter developer, and this is the 20. So you can really see that it's really just going to be a preference as far as like damage. I honestly don't think that this color is bad at all. And these still get to go in for another round. As far as how they feel, they both feel like a little dry on the ends, of course. That's what happens with bleach, especially if I haven't used a follow-up conditioner or anything. The 7 volume does feel, you know, slightly better. It did less damage, did the work with a little less damage, but it is slightly lighter. So we will be bleaching those again, another 30-minute process, which I know can be a pain in the butt to do a double process, but the way I'm seeing it, like, I'm just going to be doing my roots. That should only take one process either way for what I'm doing. But yeah, to go from something this dark, this is already just very impressive. I mean, the difference of that to me in just 30 minutes is pretty good. This really showed me what I didn't know back when I would just grab the higher volumes. You know, oh my gosh, before beauty school, I thought 40 volume was just what you were supposed to do. Or lovely Walmart box bleach I knew nothing about. This is our 7 volume, and this is our 20 volume. These are a lot more obvious. These were in like the full 45. And I feel like it's a lot more, you can tell that the 20 volume is a lot more lighter than the 7 for that full amount of time. So the 7, it did come in just a little bit behind, but not too crazy far behind. If you're wanting your integrity of your hair, I could tell that the 20 volume, that one is just a little, you know, bit rougher around the edges than the 7. That's to be expected. That's what happens. You can obviously why they do have a 30 volume for the BLONDME, but I just don't, there's not really too much of a need for it for most things. I'm sure that there is a reason out there, but we're showing right now you can go from black hair to actually pretty light and be on your, because low and slow is better. You can't slap it on, expect platinum hair in 5 minutes. Like, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But for having no conditioner or any treatments in these, like we would if they were on our own hair, this is pretty good. Here's our 30 minutes that we're going to do again. And here's our full time 45 minutes. So yeah, it's like, it's a little bit of a difference, but not an insane difference, right? Like if these were on my head, you can obviously tell this is the nicest, lightest one. You could probably really do something nice with that, honestly, unless you're going for a platinum or going for a very light blonde. But I feel like these bases with the full process, especially with this 20 volume one, I think you could really do something with that without having to go and lighten it anymore. Same with this one. And I have the two 20 volumes in the middle next to each other. I don't know why I wouldn't have the 7s. And these ones with like extra writing is the ones that are going to be bleached twice. So here's the 20 volumes. Not much of a difference there, is it? That's crazy to me. Crazy, right? It's just, I love doing this stuff. This is great. Look at that. So nuts. I'll show you a quick view of them like right here and then outside, and then we're going to move on to the next step. All right, so I have the ones we're going to bleach again next to each other, the 7 and the 20. Just very slightly darker than that. 30 minutes. And then here's the 7s next to each other. Already, this was the full time. That was less. Isn't that crazy? I got to stop saying crazy. So, full time, 30 minutes. All right. Oh, yeah, sorry. And the original. There we are. Schwarzkopf Blondme at its finest. That we only did for the 30 minutes so far. Those are going to be going in again. I thought this would be nice too. We can get a real good picture at the end. So these two still need to go again. Those have been 30 minutes. 7 and 20 volume. And then here's a 20 volume that went in for the full 45. So it's going to be kind of up to you judging. I think these are all actually really pretty. They probably look more brown against the chair. I do think that they're all very pretty compared to what I've seen bleach do when it's lifted, you know what I mean? And these are just all shampooed because I'm thinking I'm going to lift these again for a double process as well. Just to kind of keep going along with everything. But yeah, so here, to me, it's up to you if you think it's worth it, because I feel like the 7 volume that was left in the full 45 minutes here, next to the one that was only 30, it's a small difference. So now we're gonna go in and bleach these two again for 30 minutes and see how much of a difference you can get, and just to kind of show why it would be worth it if you're trying to go that many levels instead of sitting. Because now at this point, this one sat there for, you know, that whole time. And this one still gets to go another round, and they're almost the same. And now the 20 volumes, you can tell kind of the same thing. This one's obviously lighter. It was in the full amount of processing time. This one was 30 minutes. So it did get quite a bit lighter, but once we go in and do this, we're going to see how much lighter it gets than that. And so that's that there. And here's the original swatch. So I would say not too shabby considering that, right? And none of them felt too bad yet. And obviously, so that, there we are. All right, and here's them in the same order in the sun. It's too windy, I knew it. Stay still long enough. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and bleach these again with the 7 and the 20 volume. Leave them in for 30 minutes. Not going to go over 30 minutes with those. That's the whole point. And then these other two, I'm going to leave them for right now so we can compare. And then after that, I might go ahead and give these just a full second round. Just for any of you out there that are trying to go even lighter and you want to see. These already feel like the condition. You know, it's not bad. The Schwarzkopf already has like the bonders in there. So it's actually, I really enjoy this bleach. I don't worry as much. But you can still tell. It's going to, I might even give these a little conditioner at the very end. But so far, it's not looking too shabby. It's hanging in there. And I doubt you guys need to see me mix the bleach all over again, because we already did that. Wasn't that just so exciting? I kind of rushed through this part so that we can kind of get to the results. All right, so see you in a second. Hope you're still being awesome. Your existence is awesome to me. And I love you. So, all right, I'll see you guys in a second. So I got my bleach mixed up. Same thing, 7 volume and my 20 volume. Get you guys down here. So let's go in with the 7 volume really quick. Remember, your timer is really supposed to start whenever you put it actually on your hair, because as soon as it's on your hair, it's processing. I know I'm guilty of putting it in my hair, and then sometimes I'll start timing from there. I go all the way up on these, but I also try kind of not to, just because they're kind of glued in there, and I've accidentally pulled too hard. Technically, the other ones were in about 45, I'd say 50 minutes, because of that whole time getting them rinsed, like over the tub and rinsed out, me talking. So let's just say 50 minutes. The full time should have been 45. So let's just go with 50. So that being said, if we were to leave these have already been in for 30. So if we were to leave them in another 30, that would technically be 10 minutes longer than the other ones. But you're supposed to get more lift also in the first 30 minutes. So what I'm probably going to do is, I mean, either way, I'm going to keep checking these as we go, because that's just what you do anyway. It's because the whole point of this would be if we were going to go in and maybe do a double process. That's why I'm also, after we're done comparing, going to go in and bleach the other ones. We're going to do like different kinds of double process, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm not making sense. It's kind of getting late. My words aren't making sense in my brain quite right now anymore. Since the other ones were in for 50 minutes and these ones were in for 30, we'll check at 20 minutes, see where they're at in comparison to those, how much lighter they got just with that whole thing. And then I'll leave them in the extra 10 minutes for another 30 minutes. Okay, let's check them out. I actually waited 10 minutes, and then I'm just going to resaturate them. I waited 10 minutes instead of 5 because we're only going to leave them in, you know, the 30 minutes or whatever. So let's get down here, check them out, and resaturate really quick. Not too bad. Not too bad. Before, well, yeah, I guess that could be our story. Resaturate, just because I have the extra bleach, and if you're gonna go check it or anything, it doesn't hurt. You have a little bit of bleach left. If it's still good anyway, it's not all crazy floofy from being exposed. No, but I like to go in like the first 10 minutes and just kind of resaturate. If I was like doing my roots or something, what I like to do is once I'm done with like the back section of my head and everything, I like to go through and cross check and use any of that bleach to kind of fill in anything I missed, or yeah, just retouch any spots that don't seem saturated, because it's really got to make sure you saturate. And I'll use that bleach and then, you know, mix my next batch of bleach for like the front of my head or whichever the next part I'm doing is. It'll be interesting to see how much lighter it is, leaving it in the same amount of time as the other ones, you know, about 50 minutes versus in 2 separate applications. Bleaching wet hair versus dry hair. It did, you know, recommend unless like you're in a hurry, or I know salons are in a hurry, so they can find, you know, if your hair is wet, and then they go and, you know, put, if you're doing like a double application. But I read that it's the water is going to make it not lighten as much. So, I mean, it's not saying that you can't, but I purposely dried these because I know if it was me, what I would probably do, since I can't do everything in one day like this, if it's on my own head, like with my health problems and stuff, it's just like no way. So if I was doing a double process, I take like a day anyways. So my hair is usually dry either way. Oh my gosh, I just got so zoned out in the saturation. Get out of here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Ugh. It's like the 80th time you put these on. Alright, the one timer went off. Let's see where we're at in comparison quick. So that is right now. Let's open the other one. That's 20 volume. Wow. And that's the 7 volume. Holy. And I actually I didn't rinse my bowls out yet, just in case the bleach pulled those up again. I didn't like that last time. Look at that. So right now, in real time, this is our 20 volume one. And the difference that made in the same exact amount of time. This was so cool to see, like in real time. Like, look, even the 7 volume is quite a bit different. And then let's not forget that this is where we started from. Nice, wet, saturated, not dry. I still have the other timer going for these. Once that's all done, then these will have been in for 30 minutes. I'm just going to keep going with the whole 30 minutes, 35 minutes thing. After 30, 35, I'm not going to go to the 45 with these. We're just going to rinse them out point blank right there, no matter what they look like. And then we'll bleach the other ones. Back, but I really quick, I was looking something up and I just want to let you guys know, because like I keep saying, like this is all for darker hairs. So I did look up just in general for bleach in general, and this is usually with 20 volume developer. But for hair color and texture, it says blonde hair, they'd leave on 15 to 20 minutes. Makes sense. You're already pretty light. Dark hair like this, 30 minutes is 30 minutes, and it's recommended you split the process into several sessions. And then for fine hair, 10 to 15 minutes. This type of hair will process faster since it has a thinner cuticle layer. You know, so just a little. I like researching and I like including you guys in that. So I really hope that you guys are all kind of commenting below, just so that we can all kind of keep learning and stuff together. So they're going to get rinsed out. 7 volume with another 30 minutes. And here's our 20. Yeah, they're looking like a pretty light pale blonde. I mean, I wouldn't say like level 10. Like I said, this is to go along with the whole 30-minute thing. With this bleach specifically, you know, you can leave it on longer. You can leave it on the full 45 minutes. But I really want to rinse these out because the whole point was to compare them to the first two. When we go bleach those, that'll give us an idea. Give us a general idea of how much longer it might take to get to platinum. So maybe I should have done 2 extra swatches, but here we are. It's good enough. I'm going to rinse these out. All right, and we're back again. I do want to say that the ones that were only left in 30 minutes do, like the hair does feel better. So I think that the results are pretty similar. And I'm going to show these to you outside as well. So I do think that the results are kind of similar here. The one that we bleached 2 times at 30 minutes. Yeah, this is the one that we did 2 times. I think you can tell they're very similar. It's just the hair feels a little better. And it is a little bit lighter. I'm going to show you these 2 outside because it's no matter how many times I look at these at the light in here, it's just like. But either way, they were in the same amount of time. Technically, that was like the whole point. And these ones with the extra markings, I've bleached twice. So you could see, well, maybe with that light, you could see this one's lighter than this one, and these were the 7 volume. And we're about to see what happens if you would go for a full second round. Because technically these have both been, you know, bleached the same amount of time. One was just almost about the same amount of time. But the results to me are very close. So it's definitely just one of those options. It's just kind of for a learning thing. I do think it's interesting that you get the most levels of lift in that 30 minutes. But it still looks very similar. So I'll show them to you guys outside really quick. Make sure you let me know your opinions down there. And then what we're going to do now is we're just going to go in with another full round of 7 and 20 on each one. Ones that we left in just for the full process, the full 45 minutes. And do that on these 2. Which, by the way, look at these side by side. Here's how the 7 is just slightly darker than the 20. But see, if you're leaving that 7 on longer, it's just doing less damage than the 20, but you're getting almost the same results, right? The reason I'm not going to bleach all of these is because I hope, go ahead and drop what you guys want to see below. But I thought actually these were kind of at a nice level. I don't know, look into some toners or even just, I've been real curious about these toners that you can actually add into the bleach that like lighten and tone at the same time. I figured it doesn't hurt to have 2 like this color as a starting base color. So I'm actually going to go ahead and just keep those ones. Okay, what a journey. And I don't think they look too bad. You know, what it could be. I really love like this color that came out right here. I think it's just real pretty. It's not like too, I don't think it's like too yellowy or anything or too orangey. I think it's a very pretty kind of blonde color. I don't know. I'm very happy with the results. I think this was just really good. I really wanted to kind of see the whole 30-minute thing. And I know we could have left it in longer on the second 30, but I wanted to see how close it matched up. You know what I mean? So it just depends on your hair situation, whatever. These ones seem just a little bit more fried. I just thought that these would be a great example. kind of mimicking our own hair. I haven't put conditioner on any of these so that nothing should be affecting the bleaching at all. So I'm going to go ahead, show you guys these in the natural light really quick, what we just came up with so far. And then we're going to bleach these up really quick. I'm actually just going to mix the bleach right now. See you in a second. You can kind of see the difference. This is the 7 volume right here, these two. And this one is the one that we went for the second process. These both with the ×2 are. So you can see that these were all technically in the same amount of time, but these definitely got lighter doing it that way with the double process. I mean, it's not like a crazy big difference, but we also could have left these ones in longer. So I'm going to go back in and we'll bleach these two and see how long it takes them to get to platinum. But I think that this was just a really good example of everything we've been talking about. All right, are we ready to bleach again? Just picture these as if you had hair and you just sat there, and in one process, this is what you got. If you used 20 volume, then you're looking at this one right here is where we're at. If you use 7, this is where we would be at. It's the final countdown. So we're going in with 7 volume. And the goal here today is, like I said, we're just going to add, now we're just going to pretend like this was our hair and that we are trying to get it as close to platinum as we can, just like, even though we probably shouldn't. I love how this already has the bonders. You don't have to like be adding any Olaplex or anything to it. It's already got that stuff in there. Just, this brand has just always, ever since I found it, I've never looked back. My absolute favorite. Like I said, if there's one that you guys really like, let me know. But for me, this is just, I've had some real bad bleach tear in my life. I've used just about every kind and every developer. You know, different ones from Sally's, you know, and just for me, this has just been my favorite. Just such a win, and you're not having to spend that extra money adding in stuff to it, you know. We're going to check these, like I said, just pretend that these are on our hair, so I'm going to check them just every, you know, depending on how nervous you are. At this point, you'd probably be kind of nervous, so I'd say every 5 minutes or so, just to be sure. Just really keep an eye on it. If this was on our head, we'd also be using some kind of like a cap or something like that. But if you do use this bleach, just remember to always read the instructions on there, because it doesn't want you to use heat to activate it. And I know some bleaches, you know, you can put some light heat, like if you're under a hair dryer, just whatever. See how there's some of these like hidden black hairs? Those are obviously, must be like synthetic or just some kind of hair. I'm not an expert on hair swatches. In the beginning, they kind of creep me out a little bit. It's like, I don't know how many different kinds of hair or what all this hair has been through. I should really look that up. That's going to be the next thing I research. I'm going to learn all about how the hair swatches are made, and I'm probably not going to like it. It's probably going to gross me out or something. All right, so those are nice and saturated. I'm going to leave these on, like I said, just like maybe 10 minutes. I'm going to come back and recheck them. I'm just going to use the just tiny bit of bleach that I've left just to make sure that they're resaturated. I do have my timer, my main timer for 30 minutes. Instead of, I used to tell myself, oh, it can be in for 45 minutes. I'm just going to just try to train my brain to be like, oh, 30 minutes. That way, if you do go over time, it's just like you're not stuck in this limbo where it's not even lifting anymore. You're just frying your hair. I'm good that we did those side by side to see the difference. It's been 10 minutes. Here's our 20 volume. Starting to get to that part of the more paler yellows. So that's good. And here's our 7 volume right along with it. So I'm just going to make sure they're nice and coated. Why waste it? Like if you sat there and left this in your hair for 2 hours, it's not going to keep getting lighter just because you left it in longer. All in all, I like how this 7 volume, though it's been slightly darker, but the fact that we're leaving it in the same exact amount of time and it's just keeping right up with this, and you're getting so much less damage that way, I just absolutely love that. If you would have told my younger self that I could get the same results with like a 7 volume, I mean, it's not even a 10 volume. There's nothing else we can do there. So 20 more minutes and it will be at 30 minutes. So we're just starting off here, right, guys? It was only 10. Now it says we have like 15 minutes left till we hit 30 minutes. Here we are, 30 minutes in. I'm going to let them go the full 45. This has been a crazy ride. Okay, so it's been the full 45 minutes. I'm gonna take these off. Actually, I think now we went into 50 minutes again. 20 volume. And this is our 7. And to me, like I said, it's already been full time, so I'm gonna rinse them out either way. It looks like a nice pale yellow, so it's not platinum or anything, but it's definitely gonna be something that a lot of people can work with depending on what you're going for. And so let's rinse these out and see what exactly 2 processes would look like. We're still not at platinum. I'm not sure. Like, we'll compare it up here. Here is our results from 2 full processes. So they're still quite a bit lighter. I'm pretty sure you can tell this one's a 7 volume because it's just going to be, you know, slightly darker than the 20 volume. So there with the light, you can really see. Holding it down here, it didn't look like it did much, but then once I kind of show you in the light, unfortunately the sun is down right now. So I can't do these ones in the light right now, but we're not quite to platinum, and I really wanted to see what it would take to get us there in the condition of the hair. I'm assuming I'll have to compare these to like virgin hair, even though I really don't know what they've been through. Because I can guarantee you, if I try to do this to my hair right now, it would probably fall out no matter how good the bleach is. Like doing 2 processes back to back with no conditioning treatments and just shampoo. I'm sure that AWAPUHI shampoo might have something to do with it, of why that and the bonders in here, like, it still feels decent. Not anywhere from where it started. Like, and especially if you were able to feel this. But isn't that, well, I guess we'll just take the lighter one, because that's like, so this is where we've gotten. Look at that. I would almost say that's like pretty close to level 9. I feel like with this color right here, you could probably go ahead and figure out what you're going to do with that, if you're going to tone it or whatever. But I mean, I think from 2 processes with the 20 volume there, from the black to this color already is very decent. I would be happy with it. But as far as comparing this to the other ones, here's our 20 with the first round here in the middle, basically. And then here is our second process. You can really see the kind of transition there. It's pretty obvious that it's going to take at least 3, depending on your hair, if you're trying to go real platinum. Or honestly, you could probably even just tone this from right here and get it a lot whiter looking, you know. What I'm going to do now, just so that we can kind of see the transition now that we're at this point, is I think I'm going to take these. I'm just going to bleach the bottom one more time just to see if we can get it to that like white level 10 and how far into a third one it would be. What I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to do all that, and then I'm going to show you guys, you know, the results. So I don't think you guys want to see me paint bleach on a 4th time. Just in case any of you are curious, like, oh, what if she would have done it a 3rd time? Because what if you could leave this like this and just give it a few days, or try to give yourself a couple weeks. Because if you're trying to go from like your whole head being black, that you're going to want to take your time. That would be the best way. And if it's color or box dye, then please don't cover me, because I'm just imagining this is virgin hair. And that way, if I do the bottoms, we can kind of still see what the integrity of the hair would have been, as well as still be able to see those colors side by side. There's just no sun, and it's going to bug me if I can't see that. So I'll see you guys when these are dry and I've gotten through that whole process, and I'll let you guys know the times. So see you in a second. Again, we're back with the results. You guys, it has just been a night. Like, I'm trying to hold it together, man. Okay. And I know I'm always like, always positive. We gotta be positive. And I'm like anti-negativity. But when I say anti-negativity, I'm not saying like you can't have bad days where you just need to vent and everything sucks, you know? I'm just saying try to stay away from like the unnecessary negativity, you know, where people are just being just vile and mean. Like, there's a difference between the 2 negativities. So anybody else having a day where you're just like, oh, no matter what you do, oh, like, I swear. So then join the club. Welcome back. Thanks for being here, you guys, because I'm just like up to here, right? But here we are back in my peaceful place. So hopefully this will center me out and ground me, and then I can upload this and say hi to all you guys. All right, so these results were very interesting, and I did record them outside for you guys already. I'll just pop that up after I just get done with this part really quick because the lighting is just so different. Like I have white lighting in here, like I do my best, but even in that lighting, like a lot of you guys know with hair, as soon as you like go outside in a natural light, it's like it completely changes the color. And sometimes inside looks like way darker or whatever. So I just really like doing that. But anyways, here is our 7 volume and our 20 volume. So these would have been the ones that went in for this would have been the second processing here, and this would have been the third right down here. So as you can see, you can really see the difference of the 7 volume right here versus the 20. And you can also see that there's just so many things you could have done with that even before we did the third process. But we did get this, sorry, my tremors are going. But wow, we did really get this almost to a level 10. And you wouldn't need to you wouldn't need to put any more bleach in this. Like if you're wanting that white hair, you're going to maybe need to go and find the certain toner that you're wanting. Oh my gosh, like I'm still just kind of getting into the swing of things with toners, and it's just like, I just see so many possibilities with this. But I think for the sake of what we're doing today, this was just a great example of so many things. And you can really tell that the 7 volume was just a little easier on the hair. I think the ends really show that. And then here for our second process, they're awfully close, but the 20 volume is slightly lighter. I think you can really tell too, just going from integrity of the hair is on the black one. And then this one in the middle is our lightest one. That's our 20 volume we used. So yeah, that's pretty crazy, right? I was kind of surprised that we went into a third process, to be honest. I just kind of expected this to maybe be a little bit more of a contrast between here and here since they were both in the full amount of time. So yeah, like I said, I'm glad with the results. You can really tell like the integrity of the hair as you're kind of going down the line and why we did a lot of these things today. Like just look at the ends, you know, you can just see it all feels good. Yeah, you can definitely tell that the hair's integrity was changed up a little bit. So the one thing that's bugging me is I'm almost wondering if like my shampoo was maybe just had like was too moisturizing, because I feel like the way that everything was lifting, I felt like at the end there, it maybe should have lifted more. Like this is gorgeous though, you know, like but and don't forget, I'm gonna show you guys these outside in a second. But so I might actually come back just for fun. I do have their 30 volume from this line. I just have no need for it on my hair at all. Like I've only used it one time on my roots, and I actually got better results with their 20, to be honest with you. My roots ended up being kind of yellow. I don't know. I just had better results with the 20, so I never went back and used their 30. I mean, a while back I used 30 volume. So yeah, I definitely haven't done that in a long time. And even now we're talking about me using 7 volume instead. And maybe come back on one of these black swatches and just do 30 volume and then use a different shampoo. Use the 20 volume and do maybe 20 volume versus 30 volume. And I just want to see if the results kind of come out the same. So maybe I'll just do a quick one of those soon, because it's honestly just kind of bugging me. We've already done so much. The video is long enough, right? So I really hope that this helped everybody, no matter what you found this video for. Doing your own hair or just, I tried to make it in detail and look at every little kind of thing that could happen with the times and everything, because I'm just really hoping that this finds anybody and everybody that it might be useful for. I know I kind of learned a lot today, and I had fun doing it with all of you guys. So if this is your first time here, hope that you subscribe and hang out with the rest of us. And also, if there's anything else you guys want to see, I'm even debating maybe using some of my toners, like sprays and shampoos, maybe on these first, for fun to kind of see how those work against each other. I don't know, possibilities are endless. I hope you guys are all doing great. I'm going to show you guys these outside, and let me know what you guys think of the results. Constructive criticism, always welcome. I'm here to learn just like everybody else, and if there's someone more knowledgeable than me, then thank you so much, because I absolutely love hearing what you guys all know. Helps me, helps everybody else, right? Makes the world go round. Show you guys these outside, and I will see you in the next video, and much love to all of you out there. And hang in there, man. Because believe it or not, I think we got this. It's a perfect time of day. We got half sun, half shade on this chair. Wish it would have been like this before. Alright, so these are the 2 that we only did one process on, but that we did at 30-minute intervals. So technically this has only been processed, one time. We just did it in 2 separate applications, because these were in for, about the 50 minutes or whatever. And then here's our two that were processed. This is the second process here, and this would have been our third bleach right here. And obviously our original. This is just with one process from here. And then, you know, this is when we get to our 7 volume and our 20 volume. There's like, you can tell there's just like a slight difference in color there. We would have done one process from this. And then up top here, I know it's kind of hard to see, but this would have been our second process where we would have bleached these for the second round. So 1 round, 2 rounds, and then this was our 3rd round. Full time. These were both full-time processes. So you can really kind of see, like, they don't feel bad or too dry per se, but I feel like you can really see the progression of what bleaching can do to your hair. And this was on, you know, virgin hair, since I don't really know the history of it, but so you can imagine if you had any previous chemical processing like my hair, it probably wouldn't go this way. And especially if this was box dye or permanent black dye, you're gonna have to go about this a whole nother way. If you want to kind of get here, there's gonna be other things we're gonna have to do. But this was really cool. I'm really glad how this turned out, and I'm actually gonna put it in the sun right here. I feel like this really shows us a good difference here. Definitely gonna be a preference. Obviously the 20 volume got us to the lightest, palest yellow, but you can also tell that the integrity of the hair is quite different from the 7 volume. And it also is going to depend on what your final result you want is going to be, because if you're going to be doing a toner, maybe putting another color over it, or just whatever level you're trying to get your black hair to, you know. So there's different things you can do here. All in all, I'd say that this was very interesting. I feel like this one definitely got extremely light though. Have a beautiful day.